up? What do we got here? Mr. Duck. What's up, Mr. Duck? Oh, that's a pretty duck too. Purple. Oh, that duck was walking like he wanted to fight. I'm not babying the wheel, but at the same time, I don't want to get any water damage in this thing. Oh, I'll tell you what was hilarious. So yesterday, when I'm riding, and this always happens. This always happens when I turn the camera off. So I'm trying to make it back to the apartment before the rain starts coming, because it starts sprinkling on me. And I'm coming up this hill and I see this dude on this racing road bike. And he yells out, man, he yelled something like, I'll be shocked if this thing can make it up that hill. And I was like, dude, I'll shoot up this hill about 30 miles an hour. And that's it. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm just taking my time, enjoying the cruise. And I go up the hill, down the other side. I get to the light and I'm waiting at the light. I waited. Light was taking a while, so I said, you know what, there's no cars coming. Let me just go through the light. Went through the light, head down, and it's a nice downgrade. It's not super steep, but still it's a nice downgrade. All of a sudden, I can hear the sound of a bike behind me. That cyclist comes blazing past me, right? Whoom! So I said, okay, I think he wants to go. That's a little bit of a challenge. So I lean into the RS, and I shoot past that dude like he's standing still. You can hear him trying to switch gears. He comes up out of the saddle. He's standing up, pedaling hard. I fly. Boom! I just zoom past him. I get up to the light, and I wasn't sure what direction I was going to go because the rain was starting to come. So I said, you know what? Let me see where I'm going to go. So he comes up to the light, and he says, man, that's cheating going up on the sidewalk. And I'm saying, dude, you're not going to catch me. You are not going to catch me. Not on that anyway. It's just cyclists don't understand how fast these electric unicycles are. Some of them anyway. You know, if the weather would have been nice, I would have made that turn onto the main strip, and I'd have full send this thing right down the road. Me and that dude would have had a straight up Fast and Furious moment. You know. Like I said, the racing bikes are fast once they get up to speed, but to try to maintain that speed for a long distance, it's not going to happen. Not against the EUC anyway. But I thought that was funny. That stuff always happens when my camera's turned off. Wish I'd have had that on camera. What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. We got a lot of loud music coming from that direction, so hopefully the wind's not too bad. If it is, I apologize. I don't normally use this mic very often. And I'm back where I was before in DeCorte Park in Lyndhurst. There's not a lot of traffic here. And I'm just going to make my rounds, and we're going to ride a little, and we're going to talk a little. Hopefully I'm in frame, because I am shooting this thing blind as a bat. I got my iPhone flipped around so I can't tell if I'm centered up or not. So we're shooting this guerrilla style. But I hope everybody is having a great day. I am. It was a little hot today, so I'm waiting for the evening hours to ride. It's a little after 5 o'clock Eastern time. I got my mirrors on today. But what I want to talk about, actually there's a few things. One is just my fascination with electric unicycles. And not just electric unicycles, but I've become a serious electro nerd. I've been one for a long time, but I think now, after riding electric unicycles for over a year now, I think that EUCs are one of the best forms of transportation. Yes, there's a high learning curve. We all know that ride. But as far as the bang for the buck, you cannot beat a electric unicycle. And what I'm making a comparison to is if you look at some of the smaller compact EV cars, like the Smart Car for Two, I'm talking about like a 2017, 2018 model around in there. I'll see if I can flash some of that stuff up on the screen. Fiat 500e, even the new Honda EV. If you look at the Veteran Sherman, I mean, that thing can get up to 120 miles depending on your weight and how fast you're riding. But the higher EUCs with the bigger batteries are getting just as many miles as some of the 2015 EV cars. And you're paying so much less. You're not paying a lot of money. It's so much less. You're not paying $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 for transportation. And that's where I am so fascinated by electric unicycles. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Now, is it for everybody? No, it's not for everybody. A lot of people are fearful of riding around on one wheel. I understand it. I get it. That is where my fascination comes from with the EUCs. I'm loving the RS. The mileage that I get on the RS compared to my Tesla is like night and day. And I want to apologize. I want to ride to where this music is coming from. So hopefully, we'll probably pick a little bit of it up in the background. They must be having like a little party or something. A little fiesta. But I'm telling you, man, I am so happy I'm back riding. I'm just taking my time. I'm waiting for my hard shell to come in before I really start opening the RS up. Yeah. They're jamming, bro. I guess I'm gonna get I want to get a copyright strike on that one, but they were jamming. You know what I mean? And it's cool. They're out here on this back road. There's no people. They're having a good time. They're not hurting anybody. You would have some people that would be so quick to call the police. And it's not about that, man. It's not about that. Enjoy yourself. But I'm having a really good time. And I want to apologize. I was supposed to be in DC yesterday to do Gladiator's ride, and the weather was just so up in the air. I couldn't really pinpoint what was going to happen weather-wise, because they were saying that there were going to be severe thunderstorms up here in Jersey, and I don't live far from DC, and everybody knows that the RS is not the greatest waterproof wheel, and I haven't done any waterproofing on this wheel, so I did not want to get stuck out in the rain with this thing, so that's why I didn't go. But hopefully I'll be able to get down there and do a DC ride. We still got a lot of good days left. I'm heading in the front entrance of the Corte Park. I come here and I ride a lot. I don't know if I'm going to hit the dirt today. I might just stay on the paved stuff. We'll see. But overall, I'm feeling really good. I haven't pushed the RS. I think the fastest I had it up to was a little over 30 miles an hour. I changed the pads on it. Pagodi had sent me like 3 different types of pads. But I was looking on Facebook, and there's a gentleman selling pads called the Venom pads. I'm really digging those, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and order me a set of Venom pads. When I do, I'll get a review of that for y'all, and then mix that with the hard shell. Wow, that dude got a kicking system in that vehicle. I kid you not. Holy smokes. We are far away, man. I can still hear it. Yeah, so we're definitely going to hit this dirt. Hopefully this iPhone doesn't kick off, man. This thing is weird sometimes. This is the old iPhone 6. The camera on this thing is insane. But I noticed that it overheats fast. It's not hot out here today. And I'm going to apologize again if I'm out of frame, because I am shooting completely blind. And the lighting and all this type of stuff. But hopefully we can get a few good moments of commentary in here. I'm loving where the EUC scene is going right now. You got a lot of waves being made about the new Abrams EUC coming out. They're talking about 2 new suspension wheels. Definitely my next wheel is going to be a suspension wheel. Can't wait for that. And after the suspension wheel, I'll look into getting a long range wheel. But as long as the suspension wheel has at least an 1800 watt hour battery in it, I'm good with that. Like I can go 60 miles with the RS. So for my riding style, it fits. I'm not a marathon rider. There's a lot of guys that put some serious miles on the wheel. I'm not one of those guys. Like 15 miles is a solid ride for me. See if I can get some of this other scenery in here for y'all. But I've been here plenty of times before. This is a really nice place to ride. Not many people today. I had mentioned in my last video, I was supposed to head in to do the other part or the other weekend of New York NYC Summer Streets, because I didn't go to DC and I didn't make it down there. The weather, again, I nearly got caught in the rain. That's why the last video was called Racing Against the Rain. My body is healing up good. I'm still weak. I noticed that when I ride, my ankle is still weak. So I'm not trying to really push it. I can, even when I was starting out today, I could feel the weakness in my ankle. But my strength will come back in time. I'm definitely not 100%, but the more that I work out, the better I eat, the more that I'm on a wheel, the better I feel. Because just sitting around trying to wait for my body to heal, it was driving me crazy, and I can literally feel myself getting weaker and weaker. Not sure how many miles I'm going to do today. Probably about 10 to 12 miles. Then I'll call it a day. But I definitely want to thank everybody that has subbed to the channel, tuning in. I appreciate every one of y'all. I really, really do. I enjoy riding. I enjoy making the videos. I hope that everybody is enjoying what I'm doing. I mean, even you're not going to be able to please everybody. That's something I want to say as well. When you're making this stuff, you're going to have people that are going to like. Hello. You're going to have people. You're going to have people that like what you do, and then you're going to have people that don't like it. And I'm not here to please everybody. I just do what I do, and I call it a day. That's it. You know, I'll respect everyone's creative talent, but I'm not here to please everybody. Just cruising along. I'm not in a race. Problem with this place is if you come off the wheel, you're going to have to go for a swim to get it out because there's water on both sides. How's it going, guys? There's water on both sides, so if you nosedive your wheel, man, I feel sorry for anybody riding down here. So you got to be careful. But I am so curious about a suspension wheel. I know my buddy Coquette Robinson, shout out to him. He has high praise for the V11. I came close to actually getting the V11, but after riding EUC Vibes' RS at the wheel rally, I had to get me one of these, and I'm glad that I did. Shout out to EUC Vibes. Bro, we got to get a ride in here, too. We got to meet up in NYC, maybe down at headquarters, and do a ride. Shout out to my boy, my brother, Flip. What's going on, bro? We definitely got to get us a ride in. Wilson, I'm going to keep my word. I'm coming up your way. I'm going to make my way up to Maine. So we have to coordinate. And set that up. I am going to keep my word. Yeah, but I can definitely feel the difference between how the RS handles and how the Tesla handles. Now, don't get me wrong. When I put that 2.5-inch tire on that Tesla, man, it changed the characteristics of that wheel. That made that wheel a freaking machine. I kid you not. It really changed the handling of that wheel. And then it had that all-terrain tire on it, so it was really good in the dirt. Let me just scoot through here. You don't want to come off the wheel. Wasn't sure how that was going to handle, so let me just skateboard it through there. My feet are feeling so much better now. I know when I was riding at the first weekend for NYC Summer Streets, My foot placement was way too far forward, and I did not feel like taking the pads off and trying to readjust everything. So I decided just to ride like that, but I could not really open up the RS because I was just getting wobbles. I was starting to get wobbles at about 25 miles an hour. That is not good. But there was a good scenario that came out of it, is that I learned how to control the wobbles at speed on this thing, so I got my speed wobble practice. Ooh, we are in some big rocks here. Not much else going on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down in the comments. I try to answer every question. And you know, the thing that's killing me is good old YouTube decides to hide my comments, man. It's like you look on the videos, you don't see them. Then you go into the YouTube studio. Some of them you can answer, some of them you can't. So if I haven't answered your question or your comment, I apologize. I really do. Because sometimes YouTube does its own thing. It really does. That platform sometimes drives me crazy. So we're at the mercy of that, of how they program things and the algorithm and all that type of stuff, you know. And it's usually the small channels that get whacked the hardest. I'm telling you, riding back here, certain parts of the road is like riding on a freaking moon, man. Yeah, this RS is beautiful. I think I surprised a lot of people coming back and riding, especially what happened to me, because like I keep saying, I took a good effing knock, dude. I did. A lot of people expected me to be more busted up than I was, and I did. Don't get me wrong, I hurt myself. I was like, wow. But I said, I'm not dying today. That's what I said to myself. I am not dying today. I'm going to make it through this. I'm going to take this hit, and I'm going to come back.